What's going on, guys? Sky here from Techlifetoday, and today we are talking to you about the Note 5 Pengate issue, the Note 5 Active, the Moto 360 a little bit. We're going to be talking about YouTube gaming, Android M, and a lot more. So this is going to be a very short stream, and we're trying to get Gio in the line right now, but it doesn't look like that might happen today, so I apologize for that, guys. We're having some issues right now, technical difficulties with the stream. But let's get right into it. Let's just talk about the devices and all that. First off, I want to make a mention. Be sure to check out techlifetodayco, as you can see up there. Be sure to check that website out for all the latest tech news now. But I'm going to try calling Gio right now, see if I can get him in the line with us in the stream. So let me just try calling him. Alright, 1 minute, getting this up. Alright guys, so here it is. I'm getting it up now. And right after that, we're going to start talking about all the devices, if he answers. Again, sorry about this. Hello? Hey.
Hey.
Alright, so we're going to start talking about the Note 5 Pengate issue. So first off, I find it very funny that Samsung made it to where, and I don't think they realized it, which I find it's kind of hilarious, that it goes in both ways. So you can put it, basically, I don't know if you heard about this, but the S Pen goes in backwards, so it can go in both ways, which I think is kind of hilarious. And it's basically destroying people's phones. It's destroying the sensors inside the phone, which overall bricks the phone. So I find that kind of funny that Samsung wound up doing that and not mentioning that, except their response to that was a look at the manual next time. I think that was pretty hilarious.
That is really funny.
So,
Oh.
Sorry?
Who started publishing this Pengate thing?
I believe it was, I'm trying to think. Oh, I think it was Twit Network. So I think it was This Week in Tech that did that first, then Pocket Now, then Techno Buffalo, then it expanded. It went pretty huge at that point, and it's still going on. So I find it pretty funny. And Samsung's response to that is look at the manual next time, which I find is kind of funny. I want to make a quick mention again real quick, but you should check out techlifetodayco for all this latest tech news that we talk about this week and more, because we talk about the Note 5, that kind of stuff. We talk about all this, as well as you can check out our radio station, our store, our weekly podcast, which obviously will be up on the store after that. You can apply to become part of Techlife Today and much more. But yeah, let's talk about the next topic, which is the iPhone 6s full spec list. And it looks like now I'm having issues loading up the page, of course. My luck. Come on. It doesn't look like it's loading right now, so we're having some technical difficulties. Sorry about this, guys. But to make it real simple, the Nope, doesn't want to load. But the Note 5 or the iPhone 6s has a 4.7-inch 720p screen, as well as 2 gigs of RAM, which is pretty much it's going to be brand new for Apple. It's also going to have an A9 processor, an M9 motion core processor, and a 12-megapixel rear camera, which a lot of people have been wanting, with 4K capabilities. At least it's rumored. It's going to come in 16, 64, and 128 gigs. Which, Gio, what do you think of that?
Spec list is the only problem I have with the spec list is 16. Only problem I have with the spec list.
Yes, a 16 gig issue. I'd have to completely agree with that. Because, frankly, I find it pretty crazy that Apple did that. I mean, it's just... I can't understand how Apple could be so stupid not to do that, because a lot of people have been complaining about that. People want to see 32 gigs, because they take pictures, like you said earlier. They want to do all this stuff, and they can't anymore.
Games, app.
Yep.
People down pretty much anything. You have to remember that people are starting to use their phones as computers nowadays. So you have to remember all the space they take up.
Yep, I completely agree. So now we're going to talk about the next thing, which is the, let's see real quick, the Android M. So if you haven't heard about it, Android M is coming out soon. It's in its third build, and it's officially, the name is officially going to be Android Marshmallow. What do you think of that, Gio? What's going on, guys? Sorry about the issues that we've been having. We've been experiencing some technical difficulties right now with the live stream. So we talked about a little bit about Android M, the Note 5 Pengate issue, Android, or the YouTube gaming, and a little bit more. Hey, Gio.
Hey, what happened?
Hey, I don't know what happened. I unfortunately had an issue with the stream. Luckily, I saved the live stream, so the 8 minutes that we did was saved, and everything worked fine. So now I'm just gonna, when we wind up finishing this up, the live stream, which is, we have about another 7 minutes, once we finish this up, we're going to or I'm going to patch everything together because I had some issues in the beginning. So the stream ended up failing, and I guess I had internet issues or something. But so yeah, in over the past 8 minutes, we've talked about the Note 5 Pengate issue, which is kind of hilarious with Samsung's backwards issue. We've talked about Android M, which is basically Google's new operating system, which is also named Android Marshmallow. Again, guys, I just want to let everyone know that to those that are on YouTube, and even to those that are on stream, if you want to see us live, like I'd say about 3 or 4 days early, then I would recommend going to stream.com/techlifetodayco to watch the stream probably every Saturday around 1 p.m. So today it has to be something a little different, but generally it's going to be every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time to around 1:45. Again, this week's going to be a little different. We've been having some issues. We're just trying to figure this all out. If you were wondering, we're not doing a Hangout stream anymore. At least, we're probably going to still do that, but we're not going to do it on the podcast form. Or we're not going to do the Tech Life Today weekly podcast, I don't think, on the Hangouts anymore. Right, Gio? Because we had some issues with that.
Yeah.
So, I think we're going to, if this works, and the only reason I failed this time is because of the internet issues with my device, and I forgot to charge my phone, so that was the main issue. So, I mean, comparing this to how the Hangouts was, this is like miles better, my personal opinion. So, I'm hopefully going to wind up continuing to use this. We've been streaming like crazy. We've had like 30 streams on stream. We've been going crazy. We unboxed the Mode 360. We've unboxed the Misfit Flash. We've unboxed a whole bunch of different things on this over the past week. But yeah, just to recap real quick about the iPhone 6s, it's going to come on. It's going to be announced on September 9th. It's going to be in store on September 18th. It's going to be basically like the iPhone 6 with better specs with iOS 9. It's going to come in 16, 64, and 28 gigs and 2 gigs of RAM, an A9 processor, as well as an M9 Motion Core processor. It will be $199, $299, and $399. And it'll come in space gray, silver, gold, and my favorite, rose gold. Now again, to those that are on the stream, if you have any questions whatsoever, please let us know. Just leave a comment in the stream, because that's what we're here for. That's part of the Tech Life Today weekly podcast. If you have any questions, let us know. But the next topic, which I think would be the final topic at this point, would be the Note 5 Active. Have you heard anything about this yet?
No, I have not heard not a rumor about it.
Now, alright, it's been rumored to come over the past few weeks, only because people have been saying that it's basically Samsung's approach or answer to everything that the Note 5 wasn't. Like, it's rumored that the Note 5 Active will have an SD card slot, possible removable battery. I'm a little skeptical about that part because they want to keep that water resistance perfectly fine because that's part of the Note 5 that's part of the active line. I think they're gonna somewhat do the S6 Active approach to where they added some things in there, but they didn't. I don't know if they're going to add micro SD card slot expansion. I don't really know about that, guys. But I think it's basically going to be everything that the Note 5 wasn't, and it's expected to come by the end of this year or early 2016. I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, personally, I'm going to stick with the Note 5. And guys, we have 2 videos. Oh, funny story. Right. First off, let's finish up our recap about the S6 or Note 5 Active. What do you think of that?
If it come out, I'll probably purchase it besides the Note because if it's active, that means I can drop it and do whatever I need to do with it, and it'll be fine. And if they do add micro SD expansion, then I'll do it.
Yeah, I completely agree. But frankly, that would be my final topic. That's our final topic for today. We're about 13 minutes into the live stream. Again, I apologize for the issues we're having, and I apologize it's not going to be like a 35, 40-minute live stream today. But, funny story. A few days ago, I went to my local Best Buy, and I found the Note 5 and the S6, the S6 Edge Plus in gold, right? So I decided, you know what, I'm going to film both videos, right? And I didn't show it the video, and this is going to be a little thing to those that watch the stream, this stream or the podcast, which I find pretty hilarious, that there were like 3 employees that would walk by me constantly, staring at me while I was filming, and people were asking me, like, in between takes, what are you doing? Like, you can't do that here. What are you doing? Why are you filming? Are you like part of like an agency or something like that? I'm like, no, I'm just doing my channel. I have a YouTube channel. And then they wind up, I keep going, I keep filming, right? And they say, hey, you're not allowed to film here. If you do, we're gonna have to call authorities or something like that, right? Which I found absolutely hilarious because they're apparently, according to the people, you're not allowed to film in Best Buy. And the funny part is that I was in the Samsung. This is what I find ironic. I was in the Samsung section of the store, and the Samsung guy didn't care. He could care less about me filming. He actually encouraged it. But then, when the Best Buy people walked by, they hated the idea of me doing that because apparently they have a security thing. So I'm going to put them on blast right now about not being able to film while you're in Best Buy. I mean, how do these different... You see all these different companies, Best Buy. I'm talking to you right now, Best Buy. There's all these companies like CNET, Pocket Now, Techno Buffalo, all these different companies go to Best Buy either to pick it up or do a first look on the device. And I find it pretty hilarious that the people at Best Buy, at my local, obviously Best Buy, at my local store, they didn't want me filming, or they were going to kick me out and they were going to do all this different stuff. I found that pretty hilarious. But and they told me not to put that up on YouTube, the videos, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm going to put both videos up on YouTube. Expect it next week. The Note 5 first look, as well as the S6 Edge Plus first look. By the end of the S6 Edge Plus first look, I ended it right before the guy. I even said at the end of the video that the guy wanted me out of the building pretty much at that point. But I found it pretty hilarious, and I'm putting them on blast right now because of what they did. What do you think of that? That was pretty hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
But
I mean, when I found at my Best Buy, I mean, they all know me and they let me film there all the time. So
yeah,
I don't know.
And the funny part is I knew the guy at Best Buy for Sprint, or not for Sprint, Samsung, so he can care less, right? But then there's those Best Buy people that hate you for it. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, and a final story. I promised you guys that I would tell you real quick about the Moto 360 update. If you haven't seen my video, it's going to be up here in the top left, or top right. But it's the Moto 360 Cracked. If you haven't seen that, again, it's going to be on the right corner, top corner. I was talking to you guys about my Moto 360 being cracked and having all these issues, right? I contacted Motorola. They are terrible. I'm just telling you right now, if you have an insurance plan for Best Buy on your Moto 360 or any device, don't go, or any Motorola device, don't go to Motorola for it. Motorola was terrible. That must have been like the worst experience I've ever had in my life with customer support. I can't. They didn't understand what I was saying to start off. They wouldn't give me the right thing. They wouldn't give me the right labels. I had so many issues. They were saying, one person was saying it would take me like 3 days for me to get a new one. Another person was saying it would take me 4 weeks. It was crazy, guys. Don't go through Motorola. Go through Best Buy. And I've never said it before because I hate Best Buy. And that me getting almost kicked out is part of the reason why I hate Best Buy. But in this particular case, go to Best Buy to return your Android Wear watch or any device for that matter. Except unless you're Apple. Then go to an Apple. I'm putting Motorola on blast on this as well as Best Buy. Best Buy, you gotta get your stuff together, buddy. But because again, you guys were asking about it. For the exchange that I had with the Moto 360, I'll show you my watch right now. As you can see here, here's my Moto 360. To those that are watching the podcast, the Moto 360, I went to Best Buy. I told them that it was cracked on the back. I was talking about my issues. I went up to the Best Buy employee, obviously. He's like, alright, no problem. You can just go switch it out, right? So I got the one I wanted. I got the black leather because I didn't want to change anything different, even though the metal band was the same price. I already have a metal band here at the office, so it doesn't make a difference. I can just change it out anytime I want. So I go up to them, right? And then real quickly, the guy says, like, while originally when I went to get do the exchange, they said, oh, you're gonna get store credit for it because I wound up paying $235 and something amount of cents for the Moto 360 back a few months ago, and when I would have gotten it now, it would have been like more like, I think it was $42 cheaper. It's $42 cheaper than $235, so it would be like $196, $197, right? After the insurance plan and all that. So then I go when I go and get the new product, I asked the guy about getting the store credit, and he's like, no, the guy's a rookie. You won't get a store credit for it. There's absolutely no way you're gonna get store credit for your watch. We're just gonna do an even exchange. But then when I go up to when I exchange it, they wind up giving me the watch, or they give me the new watch, right, with the insurance plan and all that. And then they wind up, I see a gift card. I was like, whoa, what is that? Why did I have a gift card? Because I thought they weren't gonna have it. I thought I wasn't gonna get a gift card or store credit for it. And I wound up getting a store credit for like $42 and something cents. If I have the receipt, I'll show it to you, or I'll give you an idea of what it looks like, or I'll tell you what the price is. But I don't see it off right up where my office is, or my desk. I don't see it anywhere, so sorry about that, guys. But it was like $42 and something cents, and I found it hilarious that it was the case. But yeah, and I wound up getting the Misfit, which I absolutely love. You're gonna see an unboxing of that soon. To those that are watched on stream, you already watched the unboxing of it, but it was pretty hilarious. So now I have a fitness tracker and a fashion watch, and I'm wearing both of them at the same time, which is pretty funny. I look like the weird nerd, but so yeah, this week we've talked about anything you want to say about that or no?
No, not really. Today's live stream went very well, and that's about it.
Yeah, it went pretty well. I mean, we had the hiccups with the device dying and the internet issue, but other than that, it wasn't like with the Hangouts where it would always freeze no matter what happened. You had to have a computer and all that, right?
Right.
So I personally find this to be a little more convenient.
Yes, this is.
And another thing, I don't know if I told you about this, but we generally, I don't know if you noticed, but in our live streams on YouTube, we get at most 6 views, right? 6 viewers, right?
Yeah.
So far on the stream, over the past like 50, or we've been on here for about 20 minutes total between both the streams that we messed up on. I messed up on, excuse me. But between both streams, we've had over 23 viewers so far.
Oh, that's good.
So we've quadrupled the amount of viewers, which I think is pretty awesome. And not only that, but it gets saved to my phone. So right after that, it's gonna be saved to my phone. Then I'm gonna stitch it up through iMovie and I'm gonna upload it to you guys for a Tuesday upload. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. We're just gonna recap everything right quick. We're gonna talk to you real quickly. We actually hit 20-minute mark on this, so now it doesn't look that bad. So now, yeah, it's gonna be the shortest live stream we've had, but it doesn't look that bad. So real quickly, to just recap everything, and if you want, we can continue for another 10 minutes. If you don't, then we don't have to. If you want to make it like the normal live streams, we can. And we can get more viewers if you want. But, I mean, right now we're at 25 viewers, so that's pretty awesome. But, so far in today's live stream, we've talked a little bit about the Note 5 Pengate issue, which is basically where the Samsung, or the S Pen goes in both ways. Maybe if I can get up a picture, I can show you that real quick. Let me just bring that down real quick so you can't see my information. Note 5 Pengate. If I can show you that real quick, I will absolutely do that. It's currently loading. I'm trying to get it up at least, guys. But, real quickly for the Note 5 Pengate issue, it's pretty hilarious. It's basically where the S Pen goes in both ways. It goes in backwards, and it's basically destroying people's phones. I mean, real speaking, here's what I have to say about it. If you are stupid enough to do that, if you're stupid enough to put the S Pen in both ways, backwards, I can see it being an issue for kids, but it's absolutely stupid for people to do that. And here it is, here's the S Pen as you can see here, and my good friend, TK, from TK Tech News, he was the one that created the Pengate Pengazi. He was the one that created it. He, I mean, there were people like Pocket Now, but the original creator, and the only reason I didn't say it was only because a lot of people don't know who he is, but I know him very well. We've never met, but we do talk via Twitter, Instagram, obviously stream and that kind of stuff, so he's pretty awesome. Be sure to follow him everywhere on the internet, or on the interweb, but he was the one that technically created the Pengate issue. So, he's pretty hilarious. I like the guy. He's pretty funny. But yeah, so we talked about the Note 5 Pengate issue. We also talked about a little bit about the Android M. A lot of people wanted to know about that. The Android M is basically Google's new operating system. It's the 6th version, I believe, of their operating system, or something like that. And it's going to be called Android Marshmallow. So Android 6.0 Marshmallow, which is going to have a big improvement for little things. But in my personal opinion, which I didn't talk to you about this, Gio, only because of the short time, but I personally feel as if at this point Google's running out of things to do, because you saw how many little things they added into the update.
what's it called? The Verge has a very, very good reasoning factor off of that. They're now saying that phones have become so good to the point where we can only, make fun of them with the very petty things, like how the pin is dented slightly. Is not really argue about specs anymore because the phones work now. It's
Yeah.
just we can only discuss the petty things like this phone has this and this phone doesn't have this and all that. So things have changed over the past 6-7 years with touchscreen smartphones, and have you not? So
I couldn't agree with you more. That is so true. And frankly, I can care less about the Pengate issue. Frankly, I can care less because, frankly, you're pretty stupid if you're gonna do that. I mean, real speaking, a normal person won't have that issue. I mean, frankly, you're paying $800 for a flagship phone. I don't think you're gonna be stupid enough to say, "Hey, I'm gonna just put it in backwards." You're not that stupid. And if you are, okay. I mean, man, that's pretty crazy. I mean, what do you think? Do you think this is like something that you see people doing accidentally, or do you think people are just so stupid that they're going to do that?
I mean, yes and no. I can see people doing it accidentally, but at the same time, I think you would be able to notice with the brand new pin because one side clicks and one doesn't. So I mean, it's the user. I don't. That's just. You'll always have those people out there that make those petty mistakes. So.
I agree. I really do agree with you because, and I frankly do think that if people do that, unless they're kids, to a certain extent, only to a certain extent, unless they're kids, to a certain extent, again, I'm making that very clear, to a certain extent, then they should, then the adults or whatever, even like teenagers, they would be blamed to that. I mean, frankly, that's kind of crazy how people be so stupid. I mean, really speaking, you're paying, I mean, if you're on contract, you're paying $300 or $249. And if you're not on contract, you're paying like $800. You're not going to be stupid enough. I mean, I'll be shocked if you can care less about your phone at $800. Like, to where you don't care about whether it breaks or not. I mean, am I wrong here? I mean, I can't be wrong in this one. Completely.
No, you're so right.
I mean, I'm just telling you right now, if I had the Note 5 and I paid $800 for it, which I'd probably buy it unlocked at that point, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be the stupid kind of person that would flip or make sure, or I wouldn't be that person that would not think and not put the S Pen in backwards. Because I'm paying $800 for the phone, I'd make sure that is going in correctly, because you've heard how people have had this issue. They've broken their devices because of this. They just put it in backwards, they just slam it in there, and then they damage the sensor completely, destroy the phone, and they can't use it anymore. And then, frankly, I can understand why Samsung's approach to that, or Samsung's response to that, was read the manual next time. Because, frankly, you and I both know no one reads the manual. But the point is that people are stupid enough to do that with their $800 phone. And that's my personal opinion. I mean, I can understand kids, maybe. Again, I keep on emphasizing that. Maybe kids. But nothing other than that. That's kind of crazy. That's a little long shot if it goes beyond that. I mean, that's just my opinion. And then we have the, let's see, YouTube gaming. Again, I'm going to talk about this real quick. YouTube gaming, I think, is really cool. I think it's a great idea. I think it's definitely going to be a competitor towards Twitch, or Amazon's Twitch, because if you didn't know, Amazon bought Twitch. But I gotta say, I'm very.
See? Looks nice. Alright, there you go. Here's the gold one. Here's the gold color. It comes in a few different options like gold, black, silver, titanium, and some others. Here's what it looks like. It's very snappy, very fast, very fluent. Here's the multitasking. I have had no lag with this. I've been experiencing it with it. It's been very easy to do. And as you can see here, the S Pen, which is basically the main feature on this device. So as you can see here, here's the S Pen. Just click it and get that new Air Command mode, where you can see the Action Memo, Smart Select, Screen Write, and much more. So here it is, and you have your two favorite apps that you have. So if you could just use this, of course, as that. And there are some other things here and there with the device. And overall, I think it's very impressive.